So I am in London Valves. Today is 24th of November. This is a meeting organized by Europa organization, is it the same? And I'm thankful to Bernard Prendergast who has invited me. I'm standing here on the booth of High Life, but I'm with another interventional cardiologist who is Dr. Stefan Brecker, and he's basically from UK.
Yes.
And he's interventional cardiologist, now working with a company by the name of High Life, which is an emerging technology company and based out of UK only?
No, the base is in France and in the US.
Okay, so what we are going to talk about is the percutaneous mitral valve therapy. Let me introduce to my viewers. There are 4 valves in the heart. On the left side we have aortic and mitral valve. On the right side we have tricuspid and the pulmonary valve. Of these left-sided valves are more important, and we have been witnessing in India, especially the rheumatic mitral valve. But mitral valve is commonly diseased in rheumatic, but also in heart failure system. And I'm showing you the small video before I go on with Dr. Stefan to talk about it. This is a video which is showing how a non-surgical valve, artificial valve can be put inside the mitral position with the help of ring coming from retrograde from the aorta, and then the valve comes through the transeptal route, and it is anchored because of the ring, and you can see the valve coming out and then getting anchored in the mitral valve position. As of now, we have been doing lot of therapies for this. The most important star indication is the mitral regurgitation, which is related to heart failure and low ejection fraction. There are other therapies like MitraClip for the same, but unfortunately they are not final. But if you can do a non-surgical replacement or deployment, not replacement, deployment of an artificial valve without opening the chest, that's the best thing. And we will talk now with, I'll take some inputs from Dr. Stefan. Come here, and with the background of the video, no sorry, the light is better here. So he will talk about this therapy from the company side, otherwise himself is an interventional cardiologist. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so High Life is a startup company, and we have a transeptal transcatheter mitral valve replacement currently in clinical trial. There are 3 clinical trials currently in progress, one in the US and 2 in Europe and Australia. The Europe-Australia studies will give rise to the CE mark, which we hope will come next year. And we also have FDA approval for a pivotal trial in the United States. The main indication is functional mitral regurgitation, and it is a valve-in-ring technology. We are presenting the data at this meeting, London Valve, on the first 45 patients that were treated with their 1-year follow-up. That's very encouraging. And we're also showing some presentations of what I would call complex anatomies, so calcified ring, large annulus, small neo-LVOT. Those are also being presented at this meeting. And we're looking forward to starting the pivotal trial next year.
You see, whenever you have to deploy a valve inside a normal native valve, you have to have an anchoring. And unfortunately, in TAVI, what is transcatheter aortic valve, we have a calcium, and therefore you don't need an anchoring system. But when you are deploying the valve, as you can see here in this video, from the side of the aorta, there is a ring which goes and which anchors there, and this is actually anchoring body, and then the valve will come from the right atrium to the left atrium to the transeptal, and then the valve will come and get anchored into that ring, and that is the valve. That is what you know, valve in ring solution. It's a very good innovation. I think who did the innovation of this technique?
So the inventors are Georg Bortlein and Malik Nasser. They are the named inventors of this, and it's a very clever design, because one of the challenges of all transcatheter mitral valve technologies is anchoring, because you really can't use radial force.
Okay. And do you think that sooner or later, this is what it is, I'm showing you the valve in ring solution. Do you think that in India we have a lot of rheumatic heart cases, and where you have not only mitral regurgitation, but we have associated mitral stenosis also?
So at the moment, rheumatic disease is not included in the clinical trial, but we would anticipate that this would be an indication at some point in the future, but not at the present time.
Because I personally feel there is no pathophysiological problem in putting the similar valve in a rheumatic technique unless, but that time you don't need a ring actually. So can this valve be put without a ring also?
It's never been tried, but all of these things are ideas for the future. At the moment, we've got a real focus on obtaining CE mark for the indication that the valve is designed for, and then starting the pivotal trial. However, all of these complex anatomies, including rheumatic valves, are potential patients for the future.
But just last question, can we have the same valve deployed without the ring, or is it part
So
of
we've never done that. We've never deployed a valve without the ring.
this whole, that means this composite body which comes with the ring
Correct.
as well as...
Correct.
How much is the cost here as of now?
So it's not commercially available. It's only in clinical trials.
Though I was talking to Dr. Stephen Brecker, and we had a very good opportunity to share the thought process and saving lives, because we have a lot of severe mitral regurgitation, especially in heart failure patients, which is actually cause of recurrent pulmonary edema, recurrent ventilator requirement. And if you have this valve done, and they are not candidate for surgical mitral valve replacement because of the poor ejection fraction, and they are very high risk. And if this technology comes up and CE mark approved, this will be one of the most important life-saving, another important life-saving procedure, especially in the condition where you have a functional mitral regurgitation secondary to heart failure. Thank you very much, Dr. Vivek Gupta from London Valves in London, along with Dr. Stephen Brecker on High Life in London Valve meeting organized by Dr. Bernard Pendergast on 24th November 2024. Thank you very much.